If you're a creative entrepreneur and you are afraid to ask questions because you fear that people will look at you like you're stupid and that your idea is silly and you should give it up because you're simply not cut out for it and you're utterly frustrated, you've come to the right video. I'm talking about the three biggest mistakes that creative entrepreneurs make when they fail to ask the questions that they know they should. Let's dive right in. Mistake number one, avoiding necessary questions restricts growth. It keeps creative entrepreneurs stuck, unsure, and unable to move forward with clarity or confidence. You have to understand you're your own worst enemy and you're shooting yourself in the foot when you fear to ask the questions because you feel that it's too big for you. Think about this. The fact that you had an inkling that your unique angle would be a game changer in the marketplace. And you probably experienced this pain firsthand for yourself. Maybe you've invested in a service or product that promised an outcome and they failed miserably on delivering, right? But you saw the problem that they were having on fulfilling it. Maybe they weren't intentionally scamming you, but they simply didn't see something from your perspective that you clearly see you needed. And so you say, you know what? If I could absolutely fix this, then maybe I can not only help myself, but others. Remember that inkling that you had. You're not wrong, right? It came to you for a reason. It's not a coincidence. Stop holding yourself back because you fear that it's not your wheelhouse. That may be true when it comes to a specific specialty skill that's related to this arena, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it, right? So now the only question is, okay, how, right? Which is the question that you don't want to ask, right? But you realize that's what's holding you back. The better question would be to ask, who? Who can I partner with that could absolutely help me deliver on this? Think about Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs didn't build the iPhone himself. He simply had the vision, and then he partnered with the engineers that could get the job done, right? The same with Walt Disney. Walt Disney had the cartoonist fulfilled on his vision. The same with Henry Ford, the same with Thomas Edison. They were visionaries and they partnered with the right who's that can help them bring their dreams to fruition. And the same is true for you. So yes, while it feels like it's totally outside of your expertise, and it probably is, that doesn't mean that you can't be the genius, the leader, the innovator that will put together the right team to make it happen. All right, so stop fearing asking the questions. Mistake number two, fear of looking incompetent becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. By not asking, you become your own, you confirm your own doubts and start believing that you aren't capable, smart enough, or worthy to continue. And guess what? You're absolutely going to look like that to other people. And it's also pointless to worry about what someone else thinks, right? That's not going to give you any momentum. That's not going to help anyone thinking like that. And just because you are not yet the person doesn't mean that you can't become the person. So start asking questions. Ask AI. Ask people that are working in the field currently. Ask questions, look online, look everywhere. There's probably someone on YouTube, right? Like you're watching this video right now. And even though I may not be the specialist that can help you in your particular product endeavor or service endeavor, but what I do know is when I wanted to become a tattoo artist, right? I'll use that. I tattooed for like 20 years. The only thing I knew how to do was draw, but I asked the question of a friend that already had started tattooing because I knew if he figured it out, that I could do the same. So I started asking questions. And I didn't, feel like I was less than just because he was experienced in it and I wasn't. I simply was curious enough and driven enough to want to get in it. And I was willing to do whatever it took for me to learn the skill. And you have to put yourself in that space. Don't worry about how you look to other people. Everyone starts out as an amateur. No one is born an expert. Everyone starts out as an amateur, right? The thing that differentiated them from you is they weren't afraid to ask questions, and they wasn't afraid to fail forward until they met their objectives. And you can do the same. Mistake number 3. Lack of momentum turns you into part of the problem. Without asking the right questions, you can't develop the unique solutions people need, leaving others stuck with inferior options. Think about this. Think about the pain that you've experienced around a solution, or put yourself in their shoes and look at it. Like, read the reviews. Look at what people are struggling with in terms of the subpar solutions that are currently available to them that has absolutely let them down. Think about that, right? Think about how painful that is for you, and think about how you're leaving them in this painful situation where they're wasting time and money because others don't care as much as you do. Or maybe it's not that they don't care. Maybe they simply don't see it from your unique angle. And you had that aha moment where the light bulb went off and you said, I can't believe that others can't see what I'm seeing. That means that you were destined to do this. You were made for this. Just because you're not yet equipped and you're not yet experienced doesn't mean that you can't get there. You've overcome learning curves in the past. You've overcome barriers in the past. You can again. Yes, it's going to take time. Yes, it's going to be challenging, but don't leave the people hanging in the marketplace any longer. You were destined to help them. So I hope this video was encouraging to you. Don't waste any more time by not asking the questions that you know you should, because you're only holding up your own progress, and you're only keeping the blessing that you were meant to deliver to the marketplace from the people you are sent to serve. I hope this was a blessing for you. Enjoy the rest of your week.